Hello guys, so today I'm gonna be talking about the Olympics. So the question that I will be talking about will be, is the Olympics gonna be held this year or will it be postponed again or cancelled? And what's the chance of the international tourists, international visitors to come to Japan to just watch the Olympics? And what's the future of the Japan, What's the future? So, first of all, is the Olympics being held or not? Or will it be postponed or maybe cancelled? To answer that question, actually they are saying that they are going to be held this year, I think, this year 2021, between July 23rd to August 8th. So around 2 weeks, I think, and with 11,000 participants joining in, which means that lots of people will be going to Japan to just play some match on the stadium or on the Olympics. So and then what will happen to international visitors and then the people who are visiting that place or staying or becoming students or working there, try to work there. Well, alright, for international visitors, like going there just to watch the Olympics and traveling. Well, while traveling, I don't know, but for just watching the Olympics, I think international visitors are not necessarily allowed. I think from some news I heard they are not allowed to go there and watch, like fly there and watch for the Olympics. That's what I heard from some news, but it still haven't been confirmed, I think. Well, it's, how do I say, it's, in my opinion, I think in it's nonsense. I mean, it's really nonsense. The way they really say talk about how it will really impacts the economy of Japan, especially they have already built new stadiums, renovate a lot of things, and then try to improve in some of the major areas. And yeah, you see, they spend so much money on that, and when international visitors supposed to come and watch last year in 2020, it was already hyped since, like, I think for 2016, I think, or I forget, around that time they already put some posters of the Tokyo Olympic 2020, and right now it's has been really like 50-50 actually. But from what I heard, they really like want to held it this year in July, I mean July 2021. Or for the international visitors, they, some news say they don't really accept, but for like students and people who have visas to work for business like that, it's still like 50-50. We still don't really know if the government will allow it or not. But personally, for me, like, if you're international visitors, of course, I think it's not really good, like especially in the condition right now, situation, pandemics. But like for, like, let's just say students and businesses, I think they should allow it, because like it will affect more most of the things, especially, and even more it's better for them to, especially right in the situation. I think they need more of the worker, like volunteers, I think. So maybe they should try to find people who are just coming to Japan, like for studying or for yeah, studying, like trying to find part time. We maybe they should try to like like take people, like recruit them from the students like that, because it will be more beneficial, especially for the students, since they just need, less money and more work time. And then, but then, like, if you say that there's some lot of Japanese, like 80%, I heard that they of the Japanese people, they don't really want to Olympics to be held in Japan. But then at the same time, it really like, for me personally, it that is the best interest for them to really help it to, for economy purposes, for the all these things that they already spent so much money, they already like put in a lot of money on these things, and then suddenly it got cancelled. It's like in 1940s, I think it got cancelled once in Tokyo Olympic because of the war. And right now they are, of course, if canceling it like in 1940, maybe not that affected much, but canceling it this, like, during this time, it really like cause more problems than good. But I heard from some of the YouTubers that right now Japan, like, currently the stadium has already finished building, but no one is using it, which is quite concerning for me. Like, especially when I think about it, what's the situation of the environment, like the condition of the stadium once it opens for the athletes to play like that? It's quite concerning. And but then it's best interest for them to just continue. But maybe like, all right, summer, I think it might not be possible, but maybe like do it in August or September, like that, around the time, because I think it's the one of the best time, especially because the schools, especially the students from schools, they have like put into some groups, like to go in like four groups, like April, and then there is, I forget, July, and then there's October. I think three or four, around that. Three, I think, but some have four. Well, personally, like for me, if they do it in like in July to August, I think it's more of a hassle than a good thing, because like students are coming in, and they, because of the Olympics, then it causes more problems. But if they do it like in August to September, which is, I think, relatively still summer considering the heat and all that, like, it will not hinder more a lot of students to come to Japan just to study there, especially. But then, if I personally, I really wish that they will open up to students to let them in, and the workers or the business people who are having business at there and trying to get in back in. It's best for them to open for them, the students and the business. But then for, like, let's just say the visitors, the tourists, of course, I think it's still not the right time, especially with the corona pandemic going on. But then, in the, like, how do I say, like, it's difficult, like this situation right now is difficult, and people need something to really hype it up other than corona. The pandemic has caused us more concern than good, and our mental health is being tested. And a lot of people have died just because of stress and all that. And this Olympics can help people to rejuvenate, how do we say, like, refresh their mind, like watch these sports to be happy, like that, and then they get back with to work with some freshness in them. And I think that's a really positive thing, aside from like economy, of course. And then, what do I think, is there any more? Wait, let me think. The Olympics, for me, like, personally, Olympics is really, how do I say, it's difficult, 11,000 people going into the Olympics. And for me, like, in some of the city, I don't know, in Tokyo, definitely there will be a lot of people coming in, but in some other city like Osaka, the one where I will be going to, they are, like, I don't think there's any a lot of people going to Osaka, athletes especially, because there's less games at there. So maybe letting people into the Osaka is good. I'm Tokyo. I think it's, how do I say, it's a lot of people, so it will be quite dangerous. And then one thing, more thing, like if for example they allow like people like Japanese people or people who want to watch the sports to come in, then what I think about that? I think that they should get vaccinated first before like going into the stadium like that. Especially with the situation going on, you don't, especially for people who are watching it live, not the TV. Of course, the TV is different stories, but for the live, currently vaccines are still not being rolled out in Japan, which is having causing more problems than good. But for me, I would really love for them to really give the vaccine as quick as possible, and then so that people can come and watch live. And personally, I think they should just give it out the vaccine, and then for the people who are like the students should also get vaccinated, I think. But of course, like for me, I'm quite scared of vaccines right now. Not all vaccines. Like I'm quite scared of some of the vaccines they are giving out for free, because it's still the tests. They say tests. I don't know if it's true or not. It's really like already been tested or not. So it's scary. And then I think that's it for now. I don't know if there's anything left to talk about. Oh yeah, one more thing. There's also something called the Olympic town. I think Olympic. I forget what's the name. And for me, for the Olympic, the town like that, I really wish it wasn't isolated. I mean, they say that the athletes cannot go out like that to have. I mean, it's difficult. I mean, it's quarantine like that. But I mean, after it's held 2 weeks. I mean, 1 week of quarantine, then they can go out. I think it's really best interest for them to do that, especially to promote the, how do you say, the tourism industry, especially for the future people to come. And I think that's it. But for me right now, okay, I'm gonna be talking about this. Personally, I like some sports. Like I do sometimes watch Olympics, but right now I think I do watch like I have the sports that I watch. I don't know. There's not a lot of sports that I watch right now, but I certainly do like baseball, which currently I, because of anime, because I like how they play it, like using tactics like that, and a lot of all the players can have gain involvement. But then I like baseball, so like hopefully I can watch it on NHK Japan. I think they say they will stream live at NHK Japan channel, I think. And then I also like volleyball, to be exact, because it's fun. I mean, I like baseball and volleyball, but hopefully in the future, once I get into university, I want to be like play baseball maybe one day. And then one more thing I forgot almost. Olympics are not really a hype this year. I don't know why. To be honest, I don't know why. But I really hope that you guys, people who are watching, can really spread this hypeness of the Olympic. Let's forget what the pandemic for one moment. Like, of course, just remember to think about the health and safety thing that you need to remember, like wear mask, don't go that off. But like that's already like a part of our life, so we can do that. But we should like try to like forget some of the things, like the how many deaths like that. I think that will is really affecting a lot of our mental health issue like that. So I think it's best for us to be thinking more about other things like the Olympics, which will be happening in 2021, and then there's also the football, which I also like sometimes and watch football, the Euro 2021, I think, or the yeah Euro 2021, I think. It wasn't really hype enough the sports industry, and I think that's because of the virus. But hopefully, I really wish this would happen, that people would start talking about the sports industry again. And maybe like anime industry and the K drama industry, which I also sometimes watch, and also like more like the entertainment industry, especially. Hopefully, they should be focusing on that rather than the pandemic, actually. Oh, yeah, yeah, like yes, of course, you should be keeping up to date about the virus things situation, but then it's really bad for our mental health too. But to like just like focus and people talking about the corona, so it's best for us to like talk about, share it with our friends like that and families about the Olympics, so that it will be like we'll be hype, we'll be more happy to really be waiting for this Olympics to start. And yeah, that's it, guys. So hope you guys enjoy these videos, and like, subscribe, and share this video to get more views, to let you see get more like to get more views for me, and then to let you guys talk about this video with your friends, I think. And that's it, I think, for now. See you guys next time, I think. Next, no, this Sunday.